Welcome to Infidelity Truths. Before we dive into today's gripping story, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us create more thrilling stories just for you. Let's begin.
It started with a hug, the kind a mother gives her grown stepson when he returns from college. A simple, warm embrace, or so I thought. But when Ethan James Carter's arms wrapped around me, something shifted. He was taller, broader, his chest pressing against mine in a way that stole my breath. His scent, cedar primal masculine, hit me like a wave. As I tried to pull away, I felt it. A tension between us, undeniable, even through our clothes. My lips parted in a silent gasp. He didn't apologize or flinch. His fingers flexed against my back, holding me there, making me feel every inch of what I'd stirred in him. That I froze, not in disgust but in hunger. We broke apart quickly, both pretending nothing had happened. "Sorry, didn't mean to squeeze so hard," Ethan muttered, rubbing his neck like an awkward 22-year-old. "It's fine," I lied, my cheeks burning. But it wasn't fine. I knew now what he wanted, what I suddenly craved. It hung between us like a live wire. That night, alone in bed while my husband Dr. William Hayes snored, I replayed it. Ethan's hitched breath, his grip tightening, his gaze lingering on my mouth. My hand slipped beneath the sheets, imagining his fingers instead of mine. The release was so intense I bit my lip to stifle a cry, tasting blood. The next morning I told myself it was a fluke. But when Ethan walked into the kitchen, shirtless, water dripping from his post-shower chest, everything shifted. As he reached for coffee, his body brushed mine, his eyes catching the gap in my robe. I leaned into it, letting the fabric slip further, feeling his gaze ignite something in me. It all came to a head on a rainy afternoon. The house was silent except for the patter of rain. Ethan stood in my bedroom doorway, his voice rough. "We need to talk." I knew what he meant. I could have stopped it, but I stepped aside. He didn't touch me at first, just stood there, chest heaving. "You felt it," he said, not a question. "Yes," I whispered. His jaw tightened, and in 2 strides he closed the distance, hands framing my face. "Tell me to stop." I didn't. His mouth crashed into mine, deep and consuming. I craved it. That I wasn't always this person. At 43, I'm Amelia Grace Thornton, an interior designer with a beautiful suburban home, married to William, a successful cardiologist. I was raised in Charleston, South Carolina, under a strict Southern Baptist preacher's rules, taught to pray desire away. At 28, I married William, mistaking his cold attention for love. Our marriage was efficient, passionless. When we adopted Ethan at 16 after his parents' death, I hoped it would bring us closer. Instead, William ignored him too. By the time Ethan left for college, our marriage was a hollow shell. I filled the void with wine, work, and late-night Instagram scrolls. When Ethan returned at 22, he wasn't the awkward teen I remembered. His lean frame was sculpted, his green eyes like a storm. I told myself my admiration was maternal. But when he walked shirtless from the pool, my mouth went dry. Small glances became lingering looks. His chest pressed against my back as he leaned over my shoulder, and I sought excuses to brush against him, each betrayal thrilling me in ways William never had. One night, after too much wine, I was crying over old photos when Ethan found me. His arms around me felt like solace, not a stepson's comfort. That was when I knew I was lost. Out on a charged summer night, with William away at a conference, Ethan found me on the patio, wineglass in hand. The air was thick with unspoken tension. He plucked the glass from me, his fingers lingering. "You've been avoiding me," he said. My thighs parted as his hand slid up my calf. "Tell me to stop," he growled. I whispered for him to keep going. The glass shattered as he pulled me against him, his mouth hot and demanding. We stumbled inside, shedding clothes, his teeth grazing my collarbone, his hands everywhere. When he entered me, my scream wasn't pain. It was the realization this had been inevitable. Afterward, as we lay tangled, Ethan traced my wedding ring. "Does he make you finish like that?" "No," I confessed. His grin was possessive, intoxicating. We swore it would be once, but addiction rewrote that promise. In the laundry room, the pool house, against the refrigerator, we were reckless. William nearly caught us once, noticing my flushed face, Ethan's t-shirt on our bedroom floor. I lied about borrowing it. The air grew heavy with secrets. Then I found a receipt, a $300 jewelry charge, not for me. Ethan smirked when I confronted him, calling me jealous, his touch possessive. She's nothing, he said. Unless you want me all to yourself. William's casual remark chilled me. Ethan seems different lately, like he's gotten what he wanted. That night, Ethan cornered me, demanding I divorce William. I laughed, but fear pierced my desire. I found a thumb drive in Ethan's gym bag, photos, videos of us, my wedding ring glinting in his hair, a folder labeled insurance. William's message came at 3:17 a.m., an emergency meeting. Ethan's followed, my bed. Now, the timing was too perfect. This wasn't passion, it was PowerPoint. One night, William returned early. Ethan was still inside me, his hips rolling deliberately as William's footsteps neared. I shoved Ethan out just in time, but William found his t-shirt, sniffing the air. He said nothing, but the silence was deafening. Days later, William handed me an envelope. Photos of Ethan and me at a motel, time-stamped receipts, a video still of Ethan entering our room. You have until morning to tell him or I will, he said. By the pool, Ethan's expression didn't falter. We burn it all down, he whispered, his hand on my thigh. I packed my suitcase, not choosing Ethan but choosing myself, the me who felt alive. The divorce left me with nothing but alimony and clothes. William took the house, the friends, my life. Ethan left for Seattle, his duffel bag slung over his shoulder. I got a job, he said, avoiding my gaze. I reached for him, but he walked away. 6 months later, a clipping arrived. William's engagement to a pediatric surgeon. In Ethan's handwriting. Guess we both lost. I burned it. Now at 43, I'm a hollow version of myself, freelancing, dating men who don't know my past. But I see Ethan in every shadow, feel his hands in every quiet moment. I should feel guilt, shame. But I don't. I'd trade everything for one more touch. The truth isn't the guilt or the shame. It's knowing I'd do it all again, that I'm exactly who they warned me I'd become. What would you have changed? Would you have pulled away at that first touch, or leaned in like I did? When did I become the villain? The first hug, the first lie? Or when I chose pleasure over everything I held dear? This isn't just my story, it's a mirror. How close have you come? Thank you for taking the time to watch and engage with this story. Your attention and curiosity mean everything. And I'm so grateful you joined me in exploring this raw, emotional journey. If you're moved to dive into more tales or share your thoughts, I'm here for it. Thanks for making this moment unforgettable.